Hey everybody, it's Michael with BayArea Hiking Guides. Give me that information, give me that knowledge to hike with confidence, and I'm up here on Mount Diablo. And as you venture through the parks, you're probably wondering what the heck this thing is. I mean, what is this? It's very curious, and you see them quite a bit. We're going to look more into that. I'm going to have Tyler discuss that with you guys in just a moment. Alright, so as you explore around in your hikes, you're always wondering what these things are. From these weird looking things on leaves to these big fruit looking like things that hang from the trees. Are they fruit? Is it some kind of alien behavior that's going on? Now what is it? And you see them quite a bit. And actually, as we dig deeper into it, there's actually a whole other phenomenon going on. Some really fascinating stuff that's taking place around us. So stay tuned. I'm going to have the wonderful Tyler talk with you guys yet again. It's so awesome to have him back and talk to you guys about this topic. On to Tyler.
Okay, thanks, Michael. Today I want to share one of the most amazing natural relationships that a lot of people don't realize is happening right above their heads, right next to them as they're hiking along the trail. You may have seen on oak trees, and a lot of times we see it on the big valley oaks, balls, which are usually kind of light tan colored, but sometimes they can be black and sometimes they can be bright green, growing right out of the stem of the oak tree. Some people call them oak apples or balls with a B. Well, all you need to do is take that first consonant B and change it to a G for the correct name. Those are galls. And here's the cool thing. Many people feel that those galls must be some kind of a product that the oak tree produces, right? It's some kind of fruit or something that's coming off the oak that's different from the acorns. Not at all. That oak gall represents a relationship with an insect. An insect and the tree are involved in producing that. And those oak galls, the round balls that we see on the valley oaks, are just one of dozens of kinds of galls that are formed by a relationship between the oak tree and a wasp. Now you hear wasp, big giant yellow jacket's going to come and sting me. Not at all. These are tiny little guys the size of a gnat. They have no stinger. Yes, they are technically related to the other insects that we call wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, but they're nothing like them at all. They're not aggressive, they can't sting you, they're not even interested in you, and they're so tiny and they're so fast that we never see them. The only way I have really ever explored the world of gall wasps is in a book, because they hold still on the page. So what's happening with this wasps and the oak tree to produce these galls? Well, this is the cool thing. The gall wasp actually has, and it's mostly in the eggs that are laid, a chemical that can genetically redirect the growth of the oak tree to produce the gall. Here's how it happens. The female wasp lays her egg on a part of the oak tree. Now, depending on the species, it could be the leaf, it could be the stem, it could be a lot of different parts of the tree, up high, down low. The point is, wherever she does this, there's a little egg now deposited just under the bark of this oak tree, or just inside the leaf, if it's a leaf gall. That egg, as it's sitting there, begins to exude a chemical which genetically reprograms the leaf or the stem of the tree to grow some kind of a structure around the egg. So the tree begins to grow this as the egg is incubating in there. In the case of those balls, it gets bigger and bigger, and when it's new, the first year, it has kind of a shiny green look to it. And what happens is that the egg now hatches and produces a little larva, a little caterpillar-like thing, very tiny, and that little wasp caterpillar, if you want to call it that, technically a caterpillar goes only with a butterfly or moth, but we'll call it a wasp larva, crawls around inside the gall and eats the inside of the gall. The gall is actually not only shelter for this little guy, it's food. So basically the gall wasp has created its own genetically engineered oak food for the babies. And after a time when that little gall wasp larva is ready to emerge as an adult, it will climb up near the edge of the gall. I'm talking about the ball style ones, the ones we call oak apples. pupate, right, turn into an adult, and then chew its way out, just a little extra layer to get out to the outside and fly off. And so you'll often find these oak apples with little tiny pinholes in them, because that's where the wasps emerged. But the cool thing is that those oak apples are not the only kind. And I have two examples here, which maybe we'll get close-ups of later, in which the gall forms on the leaf rather than on the stem like the oak apples. And they're crazy shapes. Look at that one. What is that? Some kind of weird pink starburst. Why did the wasp evolve that shape? Don't know. Ask an entomologist. But it's beautiful to look at. And if you stop and really look closely at these oak leaves, you will often find things like that. This one is a little red dot. Some of them look like a little red Hershey's Kiss. Some of them look like a little brown fuzzy ball. There are galls on live oaks where it's simply a swelling in the stem. The stem kind of bulges out and the little larva lives inside there. The point is, over millions of years, this relationship evolved between the tree and the wasp. Now, truly, it's not parasitism because the wasp is not actually damaging the tree, but neither is it really symbiotic because the tree doesn't really get anything out of it that we know of. The whole issue with these wasps and the relationship between them and the trees is still being studied. There's a lot to learn. There are books that can explain the whole thing and show you all the different stages of galls. Some of the wasps actually have one gall for a particular stage in their development, then they have another generation, and that generation lays their eggs and produces a different kind of gall from the same species of wasp. So it's very complex, it's wonderful. The point is, look for these galls, appreciate how fascinating and diverse they are, and appreciate this relationship between these tiny little insects and these massive, beautiful trees that has been with us for thousands, millions of years. And to me, I'm just in awe of the natural world and its complexity and its beauty. So that's the cool thing about oak galls.
And thank you everybody for subbing to the channel, for being a part of it, for all the comments. And if there's something we didn't mention, leave a comment down below. Feel free to get a collaboration community going on there. Thank you, Tyler. Fantastic. I can't wait to do another video with you. You're such an educated guy. He's a wise elder for sure. You know, he's legendary. He won't let me see that, but, you know, he's not going to believe it. But the guy is like, he's a wizard. I tell you, I ask him all the time questions. I don't even relate it to nature, and he knows the answers to. Bottom of my heart, you're a fantastic dude. And thank you all the subscribers. Thank you the community that we have going on here. Take care, and look at all the other videos we got going on. Some good stuff. Have a good one. Now some more garbage on the trail. Remember PE class in high school? Yeah, I guess it's paid off.
Furniture.
Come here.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
It's very nice of you to pause. Thank you.
Sounded good. We have an audience here.
Always a pleasure to hang out with you and talk about trees, talk about everything.